So Batman Arkham Knight came out 10 years ago this week. June 23, 2025 is the 10-year anniversary of this game. And first of all, if you're watching this, you probably were watching me 10 years ago. Thank you for still being here. I hope you're doing well. It's been a while since I've checked in with you all. Wow, we are fucking old. Let me just tell you that. And this video got demonetized because I cussed in the first 30 seconds, but whatever. Who cares? So it's amazing that this game is 10 years old. First of all, Batman Arkham Knight is a game that changed my life in a profound way. I had a struggling Call of Duty YouTube channel at the time, and Batman Arkham Knight came out. My channel started to blow up, the first videos I started covering on it. And by the way, when I say blow up, I mean blow up by 2015 standards. Now, in the era of Mr. Beast and 100 million subscribers, you know, my 150,000 sub channel is nothing. But at the time, I started to grow very quickly covering this game. And from there, I parlayed my success on YouTube into being a social media manager in the business that I do now, in social media management. And it all came from Batman Arkham Knight, literally. That game changed my life in the most profound way imaginable. It's the reason I now live in Spain. It's just like everything about that game fucking transformed my life, which is just crazy to think about. So the appreciation I have for this game goes beyond the game itself. And the game itself is phenomenal, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. And Degenerate Jay did a video that I was watching about, does Arkham Knight hold up? To me, the answer is a resounding yes. Are there areas of weakness? For sure, but overall, first of all, the fucking graphics in that game are unbelievable. The fact it came out in 2015 is egregious, and the reason there hasn't been a remaster of it is because it doesn't even need one. The graphics are so unbelievably good. They are better than most games that release today. And that's a testament to Rocksteady and how good they are with graphics. The gameplay is unbelievably good. I think even aspects of the gameplay that were heavily criticized have aged very well. The Batmobile being one example. Is it in the game too much? Of course. We've discussed that at length on this channel and other channels. But the reality is that there is no experience in superhero gaming, in my opinion. You know, you could maybe tie it with Spider-Man web swinging, but just driving around in the Batmobile is so fucking fun in that game. The Batmobile assisted takedowns. I even like some of the tank shit, to be honest with you. It is the ultimate gaming superhero game experience, to be honest with you. And honestly, I would argue that Batman Arkham Knight is the best Arkham game, to be honest. And the reason why is because, sure, is the story as good as Arkham City? Of course not. But the overall gameplay package and the overall experience, the expanded map size, among other things, make it the best Arkham game ever. And frankly, it's a crime that we haven't had a follow-up game since then. Additional images were leaked from the game that I initially leaked of the Damian Wayne Batman game. Some more concept art came out of that. That looks pretty promising, but honestly, I don't think it would have competed with Arkham Knight. So hopefully Rocksteady can bring the franchise back in a couple years. They're working on a Batman game now, allegedly. So that will be exciting to see when that comes about. But this game, I have so much appreciation to it because of how it personally changed my life. But not only that, it is just a fucking amazing game. It's an amazing game. And when you talk about a typical video game experience, you know, it's not just about the story, and that's where people get caught up on it, is, was the Jason Todd reveal great? No. In fact, Batman Arkham Knight struggled with the same thing that, honestly, the Star Wars games struggled with, films, the sequels, 7, 8, 9 struggled with, which is that there wasn't a clear roadmap for the franchise. They kind of took it game by game. Of course, Arkham Asylum teased Arkham City was going to happen, but it was very evident that Arkham Knight, they weren't planning on the Arkham Knight being Jason Todd until that game was made. Because if they had started to tease Jason Todd in Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, then you wouldn't have to be so heavy-handed with alluding to him in Arkham Knight, and then it could have been a bit of a surprise. They could have created 3 characters who could have been the Arkham Knight in Asylum and City, maybe people that turned against Batman or something like this, and then the reveal could have been very promising because we really wouldn't have known who it was. But because they were doing the Jason Todd flashback so incessantly before the Arkham Knight reveal, it was very, very evident that it was going to be Jason Todd. So, you know, when you have a whole game that's based on a sort of reveal, an unmasking of sorts, and you know who it's going to be from a mile away, that does make it tricky, right? But beyond that, the story itself, I think, is also overly criticized. To be honest with you, I love the Joker stuff in the game. It it works phenomenally well, and I think Scarecrow's a good villain as well, in addition to the Arkham Knight. So, so many things about the game. It does great. It drags in a few points, I think, in replaying it that you do feel with some of the artificial game lengtheners in there, with these side quests and, oh, go destroy these 3 towers and shit like that. And some of that stuff is in Arkham City, but it's a lot tighter in Arkham City. Arkham Knight, it feels like they wanted to get the game to 10 to 12 hours and cause that. But you even look at it now, I mean, it clears a lot of the superhero games now, and in my opinion. I do think it clears Spider-Man 1 and 2. I know that a lot of people disagree with that. There are things that Spider-Man games do better, like with some of the character building stuff outside of the cape shit, as we call it. I think is a little bit better in Spider-Man 1 and 2, but by and large, Arkham Knight, I think it's the best superhero game ever made. I don't think anything has come close to topping it, honestly. Spider-Man 1 maybe came close, but it didn't do it, in my opinion. And so I'm very excited for Rocksteady to get back into this franchise and make another one of these games. I think that just look at in 2015 how far ahead Arkham Knight was of the competition, and I think if Rocksteady and Warner Brothers go back to investing into making Arkham games, I think we can make something again that exceeds the industry and where it's currently at. So, yeah, man, it's unbelievable that it's been 10 years since this game came out, and so it's a double-edged sword. Like, one, the just appreciation I have looking back on the game. Again, there's a personal dynamic of how it changed my life. And it again, for me, on the personal note, it wasn't that I made so much money making Batman Arkham. I had 100,000 subs, so it's not like that. It's more just that my success on YouTube allowed me to parlay into, sort of a tangential adjacent career in social media marketing. But to me, it's just how innovative that game was, and the fact that it still hasn't been topped is just so impressive, and I think speaks volumes to Rocksteady and what they've done. So I'd love to get your thoughts on Arkham Knight, sort of your reflections after 10 years of the game being out. Super curious to catch up with you guys in the comments. I'll be reading all of them and responding to all of them below. So if you've been, I've been MIA for years, and so I'd love to catch up with you and chat down below, and let's hope for a new Batman Arkham game coming soon.